This is Distinctive Delphine, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing Kelly Gooden with Second Chance Humane Society. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm well, thank you. And thank you for inviting me onto your program.
Thank you. No, thank you for coming. Charity and nonprofit is really close to my heart. I don't know if you know, but I actually give 20% of my fee back to charity of my client's choice. So for me, it's really, really important to inform people of nonprofit and for what you do. And so your work goes hand in hand with what I do to make sure that I can help all of our local nonprofit on a daily basis to really support you guys and make sure that you reach your goals as well. So tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for your generosity in supporting community. It's amazing, and that's what I like about this work is meeting a lot of people that really want to make a difference. And so that's really what my organization is about as well. So I'm the director of Second Chance Humane Society, and I've been in this role for 15 years now.
Wow, already?
Yeah. Second Chance, this is our 26th year of nonprofit, of our operations. And so really my job is the best way I can encompass it is just making people happy or making everyone happy. So it's making, from the pets to my staff. Oh, and my phone, sorry.
No.
My staff, volunteers, donors, supporters, it's just really working to keep them connected, updated with what we're doing, get their feedback, and really engage with what our mission is and what the work that we're doing and how that's important to them and to the community. And so in the past 15 years, we've really shifted a lot from just focusing on the intervention, the animal rescue and the shelter programs. We've really shifted a lot towards prevention more and more. And in fact, this past year, we changed our mission statement again. And what that is now is connecting pets, people, and community while saving lives, because we are, staying engaged with the needs of our community and the growth of our community, and also with the whole animal welfare industry and where that is going. And so it's really about keeping pets in their homes versus, being on the other end, upriver, pulling them out kind of thing, pulling pets out and trying to rescue them. But it's really providing families and communities with the support and the resources they need to keep their pets healthy and to keep their pets with a part of their families. And so that's really our shift. And that's really what we've done in terms of shifting our focus and our programs with the current pandemic. And we looked at what's going to be the biggest barriers right now for folks keeping their pets at home. What we looked at last year were all financially based as well. Medical care is big for low-income families, and there's in the pockets that we serve. We do serve the Tri-County area, Uray, Montrose, and San Miguel County, and there's definitely a lot of folks in these counties that just don't have the access financially or even geographically to wellness and even veterinary care. And so that's been our focus. We really shifted gears from just doing spay-neuter services. We have low-income spay-neuter services, but we expanded that to wellness as well. And so we offer free wellness exams and real low-cost discounted services like microchipping, vaccinations, even dental, which is significant in terms of what leads to a lot of other health issues. So we're still operating those programs and offering those programs right now. And but we also looked at, what else is going to keep people from keeping the pets with them during COVID. And the two things we looked at were, again, financial and just being able to feed them. So we jumped on that and got a grant and got in, it was about 24 pallets.
Pallets. I saw the pictures on Facebook. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That is 24 pallets of food, people. Yeah. That's what you guys got. It was amazing.
Yeah. So, we're really excited, and it's servicing about 22 organizations that work directly with low-income populations in the Tri-County area, and the food banks. And we're working even directly with some families and just making sure, we've had people call and say, we're feeding our pets, people food because we can't afford the pet food. And so we've eliminated that as a factor. And then the other one is education, where people were, worried about whether pets would be a risk to them in terms of, being a barrier. So, and so that's the other piece, is just getting that education out, that there's, no evidence at this point that pets can, pass COVID along to their owners. But we are also, and that's where our animals are really shining, is in providing that to the families that are doing that. So
I will tell you that my pets love having me home. Me and the kids, and it's like a party all day. They're so happy. My kids do homework on the couch and then just cuddle up with them, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And so, talking about all these services, you've expanded quite much, actually, because I'm quite familiar with what you do, but I really didn't know you extended to so much, including dental, and education is really key, but helping with food. And I really hope we can reach people today so they know that there is help out there. But talking about the help, how do we get the help? Are you open?
So yes, so we've stayed open throughout this. We've reduced our hours, and really worked on changing, of course, being compliant with, government restrictions and what's, the best safety protocols. But we certainly have stayed open throughout this course because, there's still pets out there that need us. We had, a shelter filled with pets when this started. But we have made a lot of changes, and they've been really beneficial. We started by, trying to clear the shelter, not knowing, how this was going to impact our staffing, and also just hearing from our partners statewide as well as nationally that that we should be anticipating an influx of abandoned pets, particularly, and so we pretty much cleared out the shelter. We increased our foster care providers from 3 to, I think we're at 28 foster homes right now. Wow. And we had about, I think we had 28 pets in foster care. And I had numbers over here in terms of where we are now. But a lot of our foster homes took on the responsibility of trying to find those pets homes. Mm-hmm. And so the majority of those majority of those have been adopted.
Oh, wow, that's phenomenal to change the process and see a shift, and that maybe we should do that more.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things we're learning is that in addition to that, the foster homes are having great success getting these pets adopted, that they're also giving really good new opportunities for some of the pets. There's one in particular who had a dog who had been adopted and returned within the first day. And, it brought concern in terms of, what will be the success rate for this dog. But we were able to find a good foster home for him and, or her, I should say. And she's just thriving in this foster home. And so it makes us know that, some adoptions, as we've known, some adoptions aren't the right fit, but to not, let that impact, the future of of some of these pets. So,
Yeah.
so she's, so we know, we're fully confident that she's gonna make a great family pet. It's just making the right match, and she's getting more and more comfortable being in a home. And so those are the sorts of things that really help us to see that, we want to take some of what, we're learning in some of these changes and really continue some of that, and keep our shelter numbers low, but have a lot of adoptable pets in homes instead. So that's been really great. And what was your other?
Talking about you being open, I just wanted to highlight that I believe you guys have reopened the stores as well.
Yes. So we are open. Like I said, we've been open with the shelter. We just reduced our hours. And it's by appointment only. And we're trying to do a lot of the prep work, adoption applications online, trying to really reduce the engagement between public and staff, and keep maintaining the social distancing, using the masks and the gloves. So all of those processes are in place, and we did reduce our public hours, and that's by appointment. But we are definitely open. And then the thrift shops, we opened our Ridgeway thrift shop last Wednesday just for donations, and that's been just by drop off, and we're removing the items from vehicles and that sort of thing. But today we did do a test run to be open to shoppers, and that process is also different. We have a one-way entry and exit, all those kind of guidelines that are provided for retail. So we're following those, and we had to get creative with how to make that work in our space. And but yeah, we're open 10 to 4 Monday through Friday right now, for actual, for shoppers at our store. Our Telluride thrift shop, because they have different guidelines and restrictions, we are not opening that yet, and we don't quite have a date for that yet, but we will be open for, we started Saturday opening for just drop off donations there.
Okay, so. Great. And I put the hours of the Ridgeway store as well in the comments. I also tag your 2 pages on the comments so people can see where to find your pages online. And yeah, it should make it easy for everybody else. And talking about that, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about how can we help, right? Because let's say that I'm allergic. And so I can't adopt, although I still did. And I have a small dog and a wonderful cat. And we sneeze, and that's okay. But I love pets and I love to rescue. But really, when you think about it, once you find that pet or 2 or 3, there's a time where you have to stop. But there are other ways to support you and help you. And tell me how we can do that. As a community, how can we help you?
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that question. So there's always a lot of ways, and of course it's changed a little bit with the current environment. So there is always options for volunteering, but currently we've had to put a hold on our volunteer orientations at the shelter, and so those are a little more limited. But when things change again, that's really a big way, helping with the animals. We get them out, the dogs out twice a day for walks, and a lot of socializing with the cats as well. And that just really increases their adoptability and decreases the time that they have at the shelter, which just equates to us being able to rescue more animals, because it just creates more openings. So that's a big piece for sure. And then just even, our fundraising events, we always rely heavily on volunteers. So there's a lot of volunteer opportunities that are a little more restricted right now, but and then quite frankly, with our thrift shops being closed, they're 75% of our income. So really just having financial support is really one of our critical focuses right now. We're rolling out a lot of these programs, and just, just knowing that that's what's needed, and that trusting that the community will support us, and keeping our doors open and keeping these programs moving. So that's really just one of the key pieces right now when people are asking. It's just, giving us that financial support, as well as, spreading the word, and, engaging with our social media, and just, we have a Bow Wow Film Festival, which is a short, they're short films that are juried, and the film festival typically tours throughout the country. We always kick off the tour every year in Telluride with our fundraiser there in July.
Mm-hmm.
But we're having to turn that into an online, and we had our Furry Flicks and Fashion, which we had to cancel in March. And that also showed those films, and they're great, heartwarming films that just make you want to curl up and hug your dog and appreciate your dogs. And even if you don't have dogs, they're very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the 5th year that we've been hosting Bow Wow Film Fest. So we decided to, we worked with Bow Wow, who are a great group of people to work with, and they did set up a format so that we can have it online. Great. And so it's a virtual film fest. It starts Friday, the 8th. And basically you just, get on through our website, and it's $16 for the whole household, and you can watch the films there. It's an hour and a half combined of a variety of lengths of, short films. And you can watch those anytime from May 8th to the 15th, at your leisure, curled up on the couch with your dog or your cat. There's usually at least one cat film in there. And so things like that, just participating in what we're doing. And it's also, those films are a big part of our mission. They're promoting the human-animal bond and how important animals are to our lives, and what they give us, and how much they give us that we don't even realize. So those films really promote our mission too. So that's why we're excited about that, and hoping a lot of people will participate in that.
That's super exciting. So you're going to post it on Facebook as well, so we know where to find it starting Friday? Great. Yeah. That's an amazing event usually. So it would be super fun to be able to do it from your couch, honestly. I mean, events are always fun, but it does take a lot of work, a lot of volunteers, and to be able to just curl up on your couch with your pets and watch it and your kids, it's kind of a fun concept. I like it.
Yeah, we're excited. And so that's what we'll be doing again in July, but those will be at brand new films, because we always kick off the new films in July. So we're doing it again then, and then we'll probably, because we had to cancel our auction for the March event, we'll be putting that online as part of that July event.
Gotcha.
And we'll be able to promote our sponsors for Furry Flicks and Friends, or Fashion, sorry, for this particular Bow Wow. We're just promoting them as the sponsors for this event, since we didn't get to host the live one. So look for those wonderful sponsors of that event. We'll be posting those along with the Bow Wow.
Phenomenal. Awesome. Yeah. Well, that was a lot of information, from education to spay and neuter clinics, wellness exam, dental, microchips. We also have all of your events that the store in Ridgeway is open. Lots of very valuable and amazing information. Thank you so much for sharing. One last word. Is there anything else you want us to know? Telluride, Montrose?
Yeah, just that we are, we're just really touched by the support that we have been getting, and the feedback that we've been getting through all of this. And, it takes a community, and we're really just proud to be part of this community. We feel like particularly our relationship and connection with the Montrose County of Montrose is really expanding, and we're really feeling that a little bit more. We did, with the Montrose shelter being closed during this, we've really worked a lot more with the Montrose community, and making sure that, the pets are being taken care of. And so that's something that that we appreciate, and just hope to see that continuing. And then I just wanted to emphasize with our medical programs that those are targeted for low-income families and individuals, and that just, connecting with us in terms of eligibility for that prior, so that, because we really love and support our, the vets in this region. We don't want to have, any kind of, we just wanted to be clear that it's for low income populations. So
no, for sure. It's really, if you have trouble and you can't get it done and your pet is in pain,
right,
we want to make sure that you guys are there to help. And I think that's crucial. And the same for if you felt guilty because you couldn't feed your pet and you guys got that grant, then we're not opening the doors to everyone to come pick up food, but to the ones who can afford it. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for the clarification.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and everything that you guys do. It is phenomenal. I struggle, I will tell you, to volunteer because every time I've volunteered in the shelter, it's my favorite thing to do. And it's like, it was a huge relief for me to know that I could still pet cats and walk dogs with my allergies. But every time I bring a pet home, I cannot help it. It's impossible.
I know. Trust me.
It is so hard.
One other thing I forgot, I really want to make sure I mentioned that the grant we got for the food bank was from the Greater Good organization. So we're so appreciative of that, and just want to make sure that I send that plug out there too.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for all you do and for being part of our community. We love to have you more involved and hear from Montrose, because no matter what, we always need you here as well. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.